Hello everyone and welcome to this ConnectIoT project presentation. Today we are going to talk about Mixvalia's new release. So let's get into it. This project is an open source IoT platform to manage devices and store valuable information. All of this based and potentiated by the Near protocol blockchain infrastructure. Okay, so we are going to talk more about this later. But before to get into the details of the development, let me introduce you the team that is behind this project. So first of all, we have Steven Cuadra, mechatronics engineer and crypto investor, Gulfrano Moreno, electrical and electronic engineer, founder and CTO of Mixvalia, and Paul Cruz, computer systems engineer and tech lead at Mixvalia. Where are we now? We have the first version of the platform that allows you to interact between Raspberry Pi and Arduino libraries with a smart contract that uses the Near blockchain infrastructure. We are also working on improved security constraints based in industry recommended best practices. Because as you are working with IoT devices that will send maybe sensitive data through the internet, you have to ensure your data are not exposed. But we cannot take care of all the security by ourselves. You as a developer have to make some configurations regarding to the platform you are using. So security is a shared responsibility between you and us. But where are we going now? We are going to validate and solve the implementation limits by using it in real applications. We will use our platform as a client, building and developing a real application that uses the platform. For example, gardening to track humidity and temperature in a garden, and use our platform to send and retrieve the data and see if it is working and how many requests we can make and what is the performance that we can have having or by using this Near blockchain infrastructure. But how it works? Maybe you are wondering because we have talked about an IoT platform, but you haven't seen it, right? So we have your developments, your IoT sensors and IoT boards that you use usually. Maybe sensors in an automobile, in a garden, or wherever you have these IoT sensors. And those sensors are connecting and sending data to an IoT board that is maybe using the platform of Arduino or Raspberry. And here is the thing. Here's where we start taking care of your data, taking care of your communication, because you will have to install and use the libraries that we have developed in Arduino and Raspberry. So you have C++ and Python code that will be running in your boards, and you can execute some operations to make a communication with an API through HTTP. So we already have developed a middleware application that an API, that you will be using, and you can host it in any platform that you want, maybe a public cloud or on-premise, for example, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, whatever you want, and also in your own server. So you can take the code, put it in your server, and you will have to expose this API to connect with your boards. And this API, working with the Near SDK for JavaScript, will connect via through RPC to your smart contract. And this smart contract also is a code that you have available in GitHub that you can take and you can deploy to your blockchain, to your account, your own account, or maybe a developer account if you are taking this developer to a test, or if you are working in production stuff here, you can put it in your main account. Obviously, this in the blockchain of Near, in the Near blockchain. And you can store the data there, so your application data and metadata will be in the blockchain, and you can retrieve it taking these steps. Taking the data from the smart contract to your API, and your API will return the data that you will be using in your IoT boards. And if you want to send data back, you go for the same path. You send the data through HTTP to your middleware API and through RPC to your smart contract in the Near blockchain. And what type of operations you can do in this platform? Well, you can create a registry. What is a registry? A registry is nothing but a bucket, a container that you will have for your IoT devices to manage it. And you can also add devices to your registry and delete it from your registry. So you can create a new device, put it in your registry, take it out of your registry when you're deleting, and you can set and get data and metadata. What is the difference between the data and the metadata? The data is the data that you want to use in your application. For example, temperature, humidity, speed. It regards to the application that you are building. And metadata is data that you won't be using in your application itself, but you can use it to debugging and also to managing stuff in your devices, like battery of your device, like timestamp of your device, the version of the firmware that you are using. All that stuff goes into metadata. And you will be using the set and get data and metadata operations to have like a batch of information, because you need to send it a JSON or a object that will override your data or your metadata that is in the blockchain state. But if you only want to change one parameter, for example, let's say the temperature, the humidity, that you won't send all the information, all the object, you can use the parameters operations, the set and get data and metadata parameters. Okay, so here you have a really complete set of operations that you can use to have the management of your devices in the Near blockchain. Okay, and as part of the where are we now, we can tell you that we have the first release on September 2022 of the project. As you can see, there are 4 repositories in GitHub, one for the smart contract, that is the ConnectIoT one, for the API, that is the ConnectIoT-API, and 2 for the libraries, ConnectIoT-Py and ConnectIoT-In. These are projects that you can go right now and look at it on GitHub, and you can start working on it. You can start implementing in your development, and we hope you can make some pull requests, give it a star, see the documentation that we have there, because we have the documentation in readmes in GitHub, so you can easily understand what is happening in all of these steps of the release. In the smart contract for the blockchain, in the API, and also in the libraries for Python and Inno. And what are the benefits of using this platform? First, you connect and manage different devices through the blockchain. And you can use high-level language libraries for near protocol communication with Arduino and Raspberry Pi using C++ and Python, or even if you want another language, because you have the middleware API that you can consume by using any high-level language that you want. Maybe Java, JavaScript, whatever you want, you can use it because you have the middleware API. So we have these three pillars that are the real benefit of this project. That is the connectivity that it gives to your application, to your devices, through the libraries that we develop. And this will make your project a real IoT project with the implementation of the Web3. So you are now evolving your development, your IoT solutions. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and keep in the loop to see the tutorials for how to deploy your smart contract to the near blockchain, how to host your middleware API, also the usage of the libraries that we mentioned before. So you will have these 4 tutorials. So keep in the loop. See you, and I hope you can use this project in your next IoT developments. See you!